Doug Karsch, Scott Anderson, 97.1 The Ticket. Dude put out a tweet last night that was really interesting because we localized it. What's the athlete you would have wished stayed healthy their entire career? And that was the question. It was a nationwide question, but we're localizing it as a Detroit/Michigan State type of thing. And I've narrowed in. I've got my guy. And this is more about, for me, it's about a guy who not necessarily loved, but I think really impacted a chance at a championship. There were guys that got hurt on teams. I'll give you a recent example, DeAndre Levy. Well, DeAndre Levy got hurt, but did it cost the Lions a shot at a championship? I think it was a costly injury in terms of a valuable player, but Ziggy Ansah. I don't think either of those cost Detroit a championship. I told you who my guy is, and do you think that it had a direct impact on a team's ability to win a championship? Because I do.
I'm not entirely sure of that, okay. But I like where your head's at. I think he was scheduled to be a pretty important piece.
And you, your guy, I don't know who it is, but you've got one too. Kang's got one. Texts are coming in. Phone calls are lighting up. 248-539-9797. But like I said, everybody has their own criteria. You could just say, hey, it's this guy was my favorite. And I wish he never got hurt. Here we go to the phone calls. We go to Tom on a cell. Hi, Tom.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I love this subject.
Oh, great, Tom.
So for me, it was first name I thought of was Vladimir Konstantinov.
Sucks.
Yeah, and that's mine. That was it.
Yeah, because I don't know if I know the Wings won the cup the next year, but man, just missing out on seeing him for his career, well, that would have been so awesome.
Yeah, only played 6 years of the Wings and capped it off with that Stanley Cup winning team in '97. Yes, they did win it in '98. That was kind of like he was the inspiration for the team, although it was still a really good hockey team. But he was the prime years of his career right there, and everybody said this guy was poised to win a Norris Trophy as the best defenseman in the NHL. You had him back there, and you had Nick Lidstrom as well. And, these are two of the best defensemen to play the game at that time. And it sucked. That was my number one. I've got another one in mind as well, but Vladdy was my number one because he's was my favorite Red Wing.
For people who didn't see him play, too, boy, was his style so perfect for Detroit.
He was everything Wings fans wanted in a defenseman, with one exception: he wasn't tall enough. But he had that temperament. He'd hammer you through the boards. He did all the dirty work. And look, he got busted for a lot too. He had a lot of penalty minutes, but he was abrasive. He was tough to play against. He was tough as nails. This is a guy who snapped his Achilles in an off season and didn't miss a whole lot of time.
Yeah, the height thing, too. He wasn't a good rebounder?
Well, right. But you know what I mean? People always want that big, giant defense. Like Yuri Fisher's another one. I didn't mean to bring it up, but Yuri Fisher was exactly what people wanted in a defenseman. 6'5", solid muscle. This guy had played with a mean streak, and then he had the episode on the bench and had to retire from the sport as a player, but still with the Red Wings organization. Awesome guy. And was really coming into his own as being a really, really good player. And it's like those are two defensemen that really could have made a serious impact on what happened. And yet the Red Wings won cups with them, and they won them without them.
Well, Jason in Madison Heights wrote, Yuri Fisher from the Detroit Red Wings, whose heart problem cost him his career. Yeah, there it is. 248-539-9797. Chad is next. Hello, Chad.
Hello, guys. How's it going?
Good.
So I got an old school one for you because I'm old. Mark the Bird Fidrich from the Tigers in the 70s. No championship impact, but just a sentimental favorite and a quirky, really entertaining guy.
Sure.
No, he was so young, and as a rookie, he took on the world as a rookie. He was the best pitcher in baseball in 1976. He was amazing. And then the arm issues and every other issue he had after that, and would he have been there in the early 80s when the Tigers were competing with the Brewers and all that? Yeah, he would have helped out tremendously. The Tigers didn't miss out by a whole lot back then.
Yeah.
Before winning it in '84. But back then, they only had 2 teams in the American League that made the playoffs.
Yeah, true. Do you remember his first year, he was only making like $19,000, and the Michigan State legislature passed a bill to give him a raise?
I do not remember that.
Really?
Yeah, because he was making nothing obviously back then, and he was so popular. He went 19-9, and the legislature it was more like a resolution, not a bill, but to encourage the Tigers to give him a raise.
Yeah, a ridiculously lower ERA. Remember, and he had a ton of complete games, like over 30, if I'm not mistaken. But he was. Yeah, he was a hell of a player. A hell of a pitcher for that one season.
Let's go to Jeff on a cell. You're next. Hi, Jeff.
Doug, how you doing? Tony Bowles.
Tony Bowles.
Old Michigan tailback.
Yeah. Big,
yeah, he got hurt. I think his junior year.
Against Minnesota. That was an era where every Michigan player got hurt against Minnesota.
It seemed, boy, they were great back down. Leroy Horde in the same backfield, if I remember right.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Leroy
Horde?
Yep.
Same backfield back then?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Those final years.
He could fly, man. And I think it was him, Trip Welburn, Mike Reinhold. Didn't Michael Taylor get hurt against Minnesota?
Trip Welburn was the guy. That was another one.
Trip Welburn was a great.
He was an outstanding defensive back, and he with leg injury, right?
Yep. And I swear to God, they were all against Minnesota. But Tony Bowles was kid out of Westland, John Glenn. You know when you see a tall running back, like a really tall running back?
Like Tyrone Wheatley?
Yep. And when you look back and you see the video, you almost grow accustomed to it in the time. But when you look back and see the video, you go, my God, that guy was huge.
Yeah, like Eric Dickerson.
Yeah, Eddie George. Like I saw some Eddie George highlights the other day, and you forget
TJ Duckett.
How rare the big running back is. And then when you combine that with an absolute like track sprinter speed, those guys they don't come along often.
I'll give you, I'm surprising, I'm going to go with the Michigan route here. I'll give you one.
Yeah.
Antonio Bass.
Wow. Dude. That's like the thinking man, hardcore, deep-seated Michigan fans' angst answer because of what he would have brought to the end of the Lloyd Carr era from a quarterback that could move, and it would have been around for the beginning of the Rich Rod era.
Oh, could he move?
And would have been the perfect quarterback for Rich Rodriguez.
That guy was lightning quick.
He would have been better than Threet and Sheridan.
Well, without a doubt. But he was lightning quick, and it was going to be interesting to watch this spectacular athlete compete at that level. And unfortunately, he suffered a horrific, was it knee injury with him?
Yeah, it was during summer workouts. He messed it up bad. But, dude, I'm kind of proud of you. I wouldn't have expected that.
That's why I got him.
I don't mean to sound like an insult, but that is really a thinking man's answer.
You can come back. I know there's one for Michigan State that I could give you right now, but I think you can figure it out.
That I can figure out?
Yeah. Maybe on the defensive side.
I'll have to give it some thought.
All right.
248-539-9797. Definitely Javid Best. He was so awesome. Damn shame he had the concussion problems. That's from an unnamed texter. I wish Billy Sims wouldn't have gotten hurt. He was amazing. That's from Whitmer.
He was fun to watch, and then he tore up that knee.
Joe, hands down, Javid Best. Matt and Hal, Javid Best. The Lions offense looked elite when he was healthy for a few games he played. Is that look, Kang, you got the ticket text rolling in. Is that the number one answer, Javid Best?
It's up there for sure.
Okay.
Vladimir Konstantinov's probably one. Javid Best, I'd say 1A.
And you say nobody has even texted in what yours is?
No one's texted in. I'm looking at the call screener. No one's got on hold with mine.
Wow. Interesting. Nobody. One guy mentioned mine, but he also mentioned multiple answers. So I'm not going to read it, but
I got a bunch that are coming to mind right now.
I think they're all great. I don't want to steal anyone's. Like you guys have stolen a bunch of people's.
Yeah, maybe.
But these are all great. I mean, because you wish these guys were healthy for a reason.
Yes.
You know, it's not like you wish there's some 12th guy on the Pistons bench was healthy. No one cares about that. But these guys could have helped them win something. Maybe not necessarily a championship, but help the process, help the organization.
But I think there was a guy who was 12th on the Pistons bench who could have helped them.
Who?
Darko Milicic.
But he was never hurt.
Yes, he was. He was hurt. Here's where it sucked. Where Darko
it's like a broken pinky or something.
No,
like that?
but listen to my explanation for it, okay? Because the Pistons draft him second overall, and he doesn't. He gets hurt somehow and doesn't even participate in the summer camp before his rookie season. All right. Then we know because he goes to a great team, he's never going to get a chance to play, and then he breaks his hand in the NBA Finals, and he can't participate again in summer league. The 2 years that I think were really important for him to develop are 2 years of summer league basketball where he's competing against actual competition, and he can't do it because he's hurt. And then they decide, well, we can't develop him now. We're going to move on from him. I think that would have been interesting to see what would have happened if Darko had been healthy going into both of those summer camps. That's all.
Wow.
I'd have to share a timeline, but yeah, I hear you. I definitely hear that.
248-539-9797. The question was, who is the number one athlete that you wish never would have got hurt? It was a nationwide question. We're localizing it for Detroit/Southeast Michigan, and nobody has said mine yet. Somebody said yours, which was Vladdy.
Yep.
You got another one. Nobody's even texted in the guy Kang was thinking of. 248-539-9797. Ticket text 97136. Coming up today at 10:50. Is this going to work as a business, entertainment business in Detroit?